Hi again. I wasn't going to do a video today, being Sunday, but there's a theme that keeps coming up. A couple of people have put posts on recently in this group page, and also I was talking to someone the other day, and it was a similar sort of thing. And this person I was talking to, a friend of mine, was on about they'd been invited to a big do, and I was saying, I'm just going to brighten this up a little bit. And they were excited about going, but they were also nervous about going. So I said, why are you nervous? And they said, because, it's a big do. I know some of the women that are going and they're quite bitchy. And I said, well, what do you mean by bitchy? And they said, well, they wear all these, I can't remember their name. I think it's Karen Millen or something, designer dresses and stuff like that. And she said they're really bitchy and I can't afford to buy clothes like that. So I said, well, I was listening to this woman talk, and obviously, that's what I do, listen to people, and I understand what she was saying. We've probably all been there on the end of when people are being bitching about us or being negative about us in different ways. And then it clicked for me yet again, this light bulb moment, which I've had quite a few times now, that actually this is not about those other people. As this woman was talking, I was thinking, this is about you. And it's quite hard to tell somebody that, even in a video clip like this today, it's quite hard to say this to people, but I think we need to get our heads around this, that, there are loads of bitchy people out there, men and women. There are people that will compare what car you drive, how much money you've got, what dress you wear, what clothes you wear, how tough you are. That's people, that's life. Most of these people are massively insecure. They'll put on a front that they're not, but they are. They're massively insecure, massive low self-worth. They make themselves feel better by putting other people down. They'll make themselves feel taller by making you feel smaller. That's what they do. A lot of times they don't even know that they're doing it. It's negative. It's not good for them. It's not good for anybody. It's not good for the people that are on the other end of it, especially. But they're not doing themselves any favours either. All it tells me when I listen to people like that is just how low their self-worth must be. That they've got to project all their crap and all their shit onto other people. But if someone's trying to project that onto you, you're on the other end of that, you've got to start asking yourself, these sort of questions. Why is this bothering me? Why am I letting this person or these people get to me? Why does their opinion matter so much to me? And most of the time it's because we've got low self-worth ourselves. If your self-worth is really good, you know who you are, you value who you are, you know that, your self-worth is not based on what dress you wear or what clothes you wear or how tough you are or how big your muscles are, then, what these people think and what these people say is it's not gonna bother you. It'll just bounce off. You'll actually find yourself, I find myself sometimes just trying not to laugh when I'm talking to these people. And it's not that I'm being disrespectful to them, I just get the process. But I also have times as well where sometimes these people do get to me. We're all human beings, but when they do get to me, what I've learnt to do is say, why is this bothering me? So, when we're attacking other people, we're coming back and attacking them, we're just as bad as them, really. And it doesn't mean that they're right, because most of the times they're not. But, you have to look at, why is this bothering me? Or, why is what this person's saying bothering me? And if you can come up with a good answer, yeah, there might be times where you need to, or you want to defend yourself. There might be times where you have to stand up for yourself. I'm big on being assertive and telling people no and telling people the truth. But I'll always go into my own mind, look at my own thoughts and go, why am I doing this? Why am I telling this person my opinion? Have they asked for it? Do they need to hear it? Is this about me or is this about them? So, like I said, when I was talking to the friend of mine the other night, I realised halfway through the conversation, okay, these are the people that she said were potentially going to bitch about her. They're not nice people, they're insecure people, but, this was more about her than them. About her being able to protect herself. Just started to read a great book at the moment. I'm really enjoying it. I brought it for someone else, actually, someone very close to me, who I love, but who at times I think can be very sensitive, which is a good thing when you're working with people. It's good to have that skill to be sensitive and empathic and pick up how one other people are feeling. But again, you need to be able to protect yourself. You need to be able to put boundaries in place and say no. You know, for me, that's about being assertive. And this book's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And I'm reading the book, and I excuse the language, but that's what it's called. And part of me is thinking, this guy's just trying to see how many people he can offend by getting as many fucks into this book as he can. But basically his message is, and I'm reading this book and I'm thinking, this guy is probably the closest to the way I think, you know, which is good because it's a New York Times bestseller. So I'm thinking, Tony, get writing another book. But it's really interesting. Basically what he's saying in life, which I'm not sure is right, but he said there's only so many things you can give a fuck about, so don't waste your fucks. Start thinking about what you're giving a fuck about. And there's a lot of these people out there that if they think they're better than you because they've got a nicer dress than you, they're definitely not worth giving a fuck about. You know, so like I say, I apologise. Tyson's come on here, my friend Tyson, who's a lovely man. Before you point out the plank first, remove the splinter from your own eye. I think it's the other way around, Tyson. Remove the plank from your own eye. But I might be wrong, but I get that. It's so true. You know, this is even in the Bible, isn't it? Biblical stuff. Thanks, Tyson. Biblical stuff. This is nothing new here. But like the guy says, you know, the subtle art of not giving a fuck. Don't give a fuck about these people. My friend Paul Regan used to say, fuck it. That was his favourite saying. Something would happen and he'd go, fuck it. And it's the same with these people. It's hard when the people are close to you because they obviously they can hurt more than other people because they know you. But the same principle applies. So fuck them. You know, fuck your nice dresses and fuck everything else, and don't let these people bother you. Life's too small, and like the guy said, you've only got so many things you can give a fuck about. So save your fucks and use them in the right place. And I know that some close friends of mine as well don't like swearing, so I apologise to those people. But this is an area that I'm quite passionate about. Like I said, it's an area that I work on myself as well. When people say things and it touches something in me, it's like we've got a wound with a scab over the top of it. We've learnt to hide it, you know, metaphorically speaking. There's a scab over it, and sometimes people say things and they do things, and it's like they're pressing the wound or they're picking the scab off. But it's really important that you realise what your wound is and work on that, and then they won't be able to press it. They won't be able to pick the scab off. So these people are doing you favours. You know, if you're, I noticed some people have put in the recent post, they're really angry and they're hitting out, and I get that, and it's great to vent. I understand that. Let it out, you know, but you really need to work on ourselves as well. Why is this bothering me? Why am I letting it get to me? You know, which is the message that I want to give today. You know, if you go through life like that, these people are out there. There's loads of them. You know, that's what people are like. People will put you down. People will pretend to be nice to your face and then stab you in the back. But it can only hurt if you let it. You know, and it says more about them than you, which is easy to say, but you know, it's true. We need to practice this. You know, really practice it. So one of my favourite questions, and I'm repeating this again, is why is this bothering me? Because this is about me. It doesn't mean what they're saying is right. I might still come to the conclusion afterwards that they're wrong, you know, or they're an arsehole or something like that, which I try not to think. But, you know, sometimes people are like that. And if we all owned our own stuff, the world would be a much better place. But instead, we tend to project our crap onto other people. But it only matters, like the guy says in the book, if you give a fuck about it. So be careful what you choose to give a fuck about. And that's the message. That's the message for today. Hopefully speak to you soon in the week. I'm trying to, just to let everyone know, I want to put some of these little videos on my website as well. And it's quite hard to share them off Facebook. So I might do some little video clips on YouTube, and because you can share from YouTube onto Facebook, if that makes sense. So if some posts come up and it says YouTube, it's the same post that I'm doing now, but I just want to share them in a couple of different places. And once again, thanks for everybody for their input on the Embrace Your Fears on the group page, you know. And quite often I'll read everything that goes on the page, but I stand back. I don't always get involved in it because I can see other people helping out and coming on with advice, which is exactly what I wanted in this group. It's brilliant. So thanks to the people that are putting the posts. Thanks for the people that are giving the advice. You know, it's really appreciated. And hopefully speak to you soon. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Take care.